Rockers Bonspiel. My name is Bill Joyce. I competed in the Bonspiel this weekend, and I'm a member of the Rainbow Rockers Curling League. And I'm very happy to be joined today by Glenn Newell, who is playing in the Bonspiel and is in from Toronto. Hello. Welcome. We played against each other. In the third end, there was a notable score. You guys scored a 7 points in the end. Has that ever happened to you in Bonspiel play?
This was the first time we ever took 7. It ended up being the turning point for our game. You were making lots of great shots to save your team.
It was fun. I was trying to hold you to 3, but that wasn't very successful. Okay, draw to the tee line. It's good. Another takeout planned.
Yeah, I think the open style will continue for this end.
Mm-hmm.
Second rock here.
Who's got the hammer, Glenn? I didn't pay attention.
Team LaForge.
LaForge. So they'd like the blank then.
Yeah. So far, everybody's making this look effortless.
Yes. Shots called, shots made. Another draw is the call. The sweepers seem to like the weight. That was good weight. Hit and
roll
stay.
to the button. Played that from the inside out. Now, Bill, when we played on this sheet, the curl was pretty strong off the 3 side of the sheet, so that was a great way to come at that stone.
Correct. And you'll expect it more straight on this turn, correct?
Correct.
We have a rock now behind the tee line. Another hit coming up. There's looks to be close to a nose. Out turn hit. Nice control weight. Sweeping. Sweeping to keep it straight,
And Bill, that's what we talked about a second ago. The curl is stronger off the out turn side for the right-handed player going in that direction. Tough to tell from our vantage point, but the red might still be in.
if I was betting, I would say it would be in.
We'll know in a second. It looks like Jeff is going to split the house, try to lie 2.
Yep. Are the teams timing split times or hog to hog? Glenn?
It looks like Team Wilson is doing a split time.
Huh?
At least the sweepers are.
Yeah. Do you rely on that, Glenn, or do you prefer a hog to hog time?
From the far end of the house, I use a hog to hog myself. It's my best reference point, but on our team we do both.
Successful draw. Back of the house. The call is a takeout.
Yeah. In turn takeout, they're taking plenty of broom here. I think they're expecting a big curl.
Will they get it?
We're about to find out. We got it in our game. I would expect they will too.
Yeah, and I suspect it's weight dependent. Nice control weight should be fine.
Matthew's ready here. Sweeper's on it right away.
Yeah, we're not directly behind the rock, so it's hard for us to judge the exact line. Again, sweeping to keep it straight. And a hit.
No problem. Well, rolls out.
Rolls, well, might be just as close as the other one.
Yeah. Jeff is going to hit it to be sure. Question is it a
Yes, because
nose for 2, nose for 1,
roll out for the blank.
or roll out for a forced to 1?
Yeah.
Last rock, first end. Oh no, not last rock. Jeff's last rock.
Sweeping to keep it straight. Hit and roll out. So we'll see what the outlet.
Last stone for Team LaForge. They're looking for the blank.
Yeah, so I guess they think it's in. I suppose even if it's close, you can't, there's no sense taking a chance. Sweeping to keep it straight again. There's curl here. And he missed it by a million. See what the outcome is shortly. Yeah, so again, we'd like to welcome you if you're just joining us. Bill Joyce is my name, and I'm joined by our illustrious guest from Toronto, Glenn Newell.
Bill, it's great to be here. We're calling the B semifinal. It's Team Wilson versus Team LaForge. Team Wilson is throwing the red rocks. They've called the first one in to the top of the 4 foot.
Yes, and the lead for Team Wilson is Paul Forrest. Sliding it a little deep. Does the trick. It gets a rock in the mix that Forget has to react to in some fashion.
Team LaForge is calling for the corner guard, thrown by the lead, Chris Elder. Sweepers seem to think it's heavy.
Up about the tee line. Allows Team Wilson to hit. Got quite a bit of curl there.
Yep.
He hits and rolls out.
Mission accomplished. Probably would have preferred to stay.
I once heard the secret to win curling games, and it's hit and stay, plus being able to draw to the 4 foot.
Yes.
But if you hit and stay, you're gonna have a lot of rocks in play.
Team LaForge is going to look for the guard again.
Just a little better. Might slide in.
The sweepers seem uncertain, but it's slowing down.
I think it's in.
Just in.
Yeah.
So Team Wilson will look to hit this again and roll into the rings.
Sweeping to keep it straight. Successful hit, but a roll away. Team LaForge is not giving up on the corner guards.
Second, Mike McGuire is going to, oh, they're changing their mind here.
Oh, they're going to hit and try and keep this end open again.
This looks tight early, Bill.
Directional sweeping to keep it straight. Looks fine.
Edward held it straight, strong on the brush. Seems to me that Team LaForge is going to go for the blank here in the second.
Yes, not the best from a viewer perspective, right, Glenn? It's not quite as interesting as a game with lots of rocks in play, but this, trust me, this will come. The second on Team Wilson is Colin Hebb, who's just delivered his rock. Hit and roll out.
Now with this rollout, Bill, do you think Team LaForge might go to the corner guard?
No, it's pretty wide.
No. I think their plan is pretty clear here. They're going for the blank.
Mike, who just threw, is a member of the executive of the Rainbow Rockers Curling League. He holds the position of membership coordinator, and he does an excellent job. A little heavy on that one, comes through.
The problem? I think it was. Okay, then this could go back on. Is it running off test? It was because I had to push it to the side.
We have a center guard, off center guard here. Let's see what Team LaForge elects to do with it. Are they going to come around? They're going to draw open.
Oh, drawing open.
So they're going to stick to the game plan, going for the blank. The third for Team LaForge is Edward Dodd. He's joining the team for the weekend from Toronto.
Now, would you be tempted to come around that guard, Glenn?
If it were me, I would probably come around. It's the second end. You have a good chance.
Oh, this is another guard.
I think we'll see Team Wilson come around the red.
The third, Anthony Bernard, ready to throw.
Trying to get it to curl here. It's moving nicely. Will we get it behind the guard?
A little heavy, perhaps. And the freeze is the call.
Well, the freeze is a fine call, I would be tempted to play the straight draw and sit higher in the house.
Hmm.
The sweepers seem to like the weight. They're going a bit now.
The weight was good.
Yeah, great weight.
I don't think it buried quite to the degree they were looking for.
Perfect
Seems-
weight from Edward on that shot. Just didn't quite get the finish.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a high guard, Bill. It's going to be hard to be perfectly buried here.
Mhm.
I think Team Wilson will always have access to it.
That's pretty good.
Skip, Jeff Wilson, with a significant curling pedigree. Jeff was the Ontario Junior Champion in 2003 and 2005. Now that seemed to jump right away out of his hand. Can they hold it? They do indeed.
He made that look easy. Now he jammed on the back.
Mhm.
So Mathieu will have a shot here to lie to.
Can he get a little roll behind the guard? Clearing the intern. Sweepers are on and off a little bit.
Here. It's running quite straight. I don't think he's got the rock.
Ooh. Didn't miss by much. What's the call here? Is it a guard? Is it a...
I didn't see what Jeff indicated. He could be throwing the guard. He could be coming to the top of the house. I think shorter would be better for him, so that even if Team LaForge plays the double, it's for one.
They seem to like the weight. Maybe it's
This looks like it's over
curling, eh?
Trying to chip the guard, maybe.
Just passed.
So Team LaForge will have another crack at the hit for two.
Hit for two. Just get to the nose. Now his last one didn't curl, so he's maybe taking a little less ice this time. In my experience, Glenn, it's easy to overcompensate. If one rock doesn't curl enough, sometimes you take down the weight, cut down the ice, and all of a sudden it's over curling on you.
Yeah, I think it's natural to overthink second shots when something doesn't go your way. We did notice, I think, Bill, in our game, if you hit weight, it would run a bit straighter.
Straight, correct. Not very much curl at all with the weight. They need to keep
This
it.
seems closer to me.
Yes, it is, definitely. They need to keep it away from the center line. They don't want the jam, which they got.
Got the jam, but we'll have to see whether it's one yellow or one red.
From the camera angle, looks extremely close. Is that a measure?
Yes, they are going to measure.
Okay, well, that maybe this gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors. Okay, our sponsors. We have Eric Sangster Mortgages as the platinum level sponsor this weekend. So thank you to Eric and his team. It's greatly appreciated. Of course, all of the sponsors' contributions are greatly appreciated. It gives us the opportunity to do a lot of extras for the Bonspiel. We'll give you the results of the measure in a second here before we continue with the sponsors. It looks like yellow.
One yellow.
One yellow.
So we have a 1-1 tie after 2 ends. So in addition to Eric Sangster Mortgages as the platinum sponsor, Bill, Sheet 2 is sponsored by TD Bank.
We're graciously sponsoring the live streaming, and the sponsorship allows us to provide the live stream. And Glenn, if I may say so myself, I do think that the live stream is of excellent quality. Better, in fact, than many provincial, or at least some provincial playdowns.
I agree, Bill. We have high quality streaming here for this game, for all of the games on Sheet 2 this weekend.
And it's a value added. So again, thank you to all the sponsors. We'll go through the remaining ones, but it allows us to provide kind of value added to the weekend. So obviously, teams are coming into Ottawa. They want some curling. They want to sit around, have a beverage or two after the games. But all the sponsorship allows us to provide lots of food, lots of entertainment, and to make the weekend a real event, a real highlight on the Bonspiel tour, if I may. So obviously, a key sponsor is in fact the Ottawa Curling Club, whose support is invaluable to the Bonspiel and to the Rainbow Rockers in general. Stroked Ego by Kevin Martin, who's the owner, is another very generous sponsor, and he plays in the league, and he's playing in the Bonspiel as well.
Now, Bill, Team LaForge is looking to throw the center guard here. This is the second lead stone.
Are we going to slip in?
Yep. Now, Bill, what we noticed in our game, I think after 2 ends, the speed of the ice really picked up a lot.
It did. It got up to speed, definitely. I can attest to that because I put some through, Glenn. Not all of them, but some. Now, the next sponsor on our list is one that I want to review. That is Skanes General Contracting. Andre and Jen Skanes are the proprietors. And I can attest to the fact that Skeins Contracting does excellent work, because I've had them do work at our home. They refinished a basement and installed a bathroom in the basement, put down floors, and we were extremely happy with the workmanship and the service provided by Skeins General Contracting. So I can personally highly recommend Skeins Contracting. We had a flash, an attempted takeout on that stone. The takeout just missed. So this allows Wilson to perhaps go around, perhaps put up a second guard.
I think Team LaForge is throwing the guard on the one top 12.
Yes.
With some success here. So let's see how Team Wilson responds.
Team LaForge going for the steal this end.
Looks like they've called the peel of the center guard.
Needs to curl to make contact. Slides by slightly. Oh, did they get the back one?
No.
No? No. Call is to come around. You want to be above the tee line, in front of the tee line, and not deep on this shot. That's not curling. Little extra weight, I think.
And I think this is what we saw in the previous game. If you're in the 8-foot or in the 4-foot and you have a little more weight, the rocks run really, really straight. And so we saw the flash on the prior shot. And I think that was attributed to how it gets straight in the middle parts.
Mm-hmm.
Tighter ice here, a little less weight.
Clears
Mission
the guard.
accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the team is debating a couple of different shots here. The tap, the guard, and I think at the end they have decided to make the come around.
Because that rock in the house is high enough that it actually can act as a guard, correct? Would you agree, Glenn?
I would agree. Trick is you just want to have enough separation so there's not an easy double.
Mm-hmm. And the pro side miss would perhaps be light. A guard is fine.
Sweepers are really working this one.
Little tick.
Pretty good weight, a little lighter maybe than they expected.
Yeah.
But they are sitting the 2. Team Wilson looking for the double on this shot.
It's that straight spot that we had discussed. Curling nicely. No. Oh, successful double. An excellent shot.
Second yellow stays in on the side of the 12, so I think
hung around.
Team LaForge is going to look to come around the red guard here.
Hmm?
Put some pressure on Team Wilson.
Hmm?
Now they just threw this. They have a good chance to make the shot they're looking for.
Sweepers on it.
Now they need to make sure they're around it. They don't want to touch the red in.
Which they do. Just to continue with our list of sponsors, YOW Home Team Real Estate, Curtis Fillier, excellent sponsor, excellent real estate company, another gold level sponsor. Thank you to Curtis. Shepherd Psychotherapy, owner is Jeff Shepherd. Pivot Turn Property Management, thank you to them, silver level sponsor. Axion Walker Insurance, longtime league member, Donald Walker. And Centertown BIA, business. What does BIA stands for? Business something something. Anyway, it's the group of people that provide support for the businesses in the downtown area. So thank you to them.
Now, Bill, in the last shot, Team Wilson was playing the tap or maybe a split. It was just too heavy, so the rock got tapped through the rings. And it looks like Team LaForge is going to come around their yellow this time. And again, try to lie two and put some pressure on Team Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bill, they're taking plenty of ice this time. They saw last time they got a big curl coming into the house.
They're going to have to go wide to make this shot.
And sometimes the wider you go, the more curl you get on this ice.
Correct, correct. And if you get out too wide, it gets you risk getting into a little bit of a sticky ice situation. If you get out too wide, if you hit the broom, it's not an issue. And
They should have a pretty good idea, though. They've played this a few times now.
Lots of curl.
Sweeping now to keep it straight.
They seem to like it. They are just wicked.
Well, they got it on, though, so they're lying the two.
Correct.
I think Team Wilson is going to go for the split or the tap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say, if you're going to be forced, you might as well be forced to two.
Sure.
And I think hitting either of those yellow stones won't change their fate if they don't play this tap.
Mm-hmm. And I guess the key here is to get adequate separation.
Looks like Jeff's got great line here and really nice weight.
Now, it pops out to be partially open. Is it worth going after it? I think
we've seen it runs pretty straight with weight. From my vantage point, it looks at least edge on edge. Should have a good shot to make this.
Mhm.
Out-turn hit, sweepers on it right away.
Trying to keep it straight. Just wicked on the guard.
Unfortunate Wick Bill promoted the red stone to lie 2, so this will be an open draw for 3 points.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Jeff should be able to come into his own stone here if it's heavy, but I think the sweepers like the weight.
Yeah.
You just have to be full 12 or better. Made it look easy. 3 points for red.
Yeah. So what was a tight game as Halifax has pulled out to a 3-point lead, but at these Bonspiels, 3 points is not a big lead, Glenn. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. 4-1. I think Team LaForge just needs to focus, get 2 points back. If they get a 3, that would be a bonus. But, 3 points is not a huge lead in curling.
Correct. That's what I told myself when you scored the 7, Glenn. We're up by 5.
That's true, but
I mean,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. You take a couple of points and you steal a point and you crawl back in to contention, or you don't. But it can happen.
In truth, Bill, my team prefers to be down.
Really?
Than ahead, because it really sharpens your focus for what you need to do. The score is 4-1 for red. Team Wilson is red and leading 4-1 as we start the third end. So with that lead, Team Wilson called the first stone into the rings. Team LaForge is looking for the guard. This rock looks heavy. And this is not what Team LaForge was looking for.
No, you need rocks in play, right? When you're trying to generate offense, rocks in play are your friends.
Team Wilson's looking for the tap, about T-line weight.
I think he's making contact, a slight contact, a little wick. It's not bad.
I'd say the weight was pretty good for the tap, but it over curled. And we know there's big curl coming this way. So again, I think Team LaForge is looking for the corner guard.
Hmm.
Sweepers are on and off. I think they like the weight. Still looks a little hot from my vantage point, but I'm not
Yeah,
out there.
exactly.
I think they're
It's
going for plan B,
kind
which
of
is the freeze.
Yes, yeah. I wonder if maybe the freeze was the call. And again, when you're behind, what you need to do is ignore your opponent's rocks. It gets a little scary sometimes, but it's really your only alternative. Here's the
Trying to
attempted.
get this to curl. This looks wide. Looks like they're trying to come off their top red now.
Yep. Field goal.
And again, we saw this in our game. If you throw any kind of weight, actually, bumper up, it ran very, very straight.
Hmm. We've had excellent ice conditions all weekend. So again, thank you to Rick, the head ice maker at the Ottawa Curling Club. Very consistent. You know what you're getting. Clean ice. It's important. There's a hit. Jammed on their own.
But their yellow rock is in a better position now in front of that red.
Hmm.
So if you don't have guards out front, you got to use what you
Sure.
the stones in the house.
That's correct.
They're in a pretty good position. I think Team Wilson has called a corner freeze on this stone.
Would you try and unlock them at this point, Glenn?
Yes, I think I would be tempted to hit that with normal weight, lose the back red, if I were Team Wilson. But I think they have pretty good tap weight here to achieve the same purpose. So mission accomplished for them.
Yeah, they're in a much better position now. Mike McGuire ready to throw.
Looks like they're thinking about a freeze on the red, on the top.
Sure, with the philosophy that you need rocks in play. The play downs in this event are 8 end games. Our round robin games were 6 end games.
Now they just lost the line a little bit on their call, but it's good weight.
Hmm.
They're lying the 1 and the 4 foot. And Bill, as I look across the sheets on sheet 1, there's a big game over there, the other A semifinal, Forget versus McAleer. It's a 1-1 tie, playing the third end. The winner of that game will advance to the A final against Team Pizzetti of Toronto.
Mm-hmm. Needs to curl. Again, that straight spot.
Yeah, this looks a little wide. Probably hitting their own first.
Well, maybe that was the intended call.
It worked out.
Mm-hmm.
All the yellows are gone. They lied 2.
So in theory here, Matt LaForge should be scoring a deuce if they can manage to
They're going to have to do some work to get the deuce.
Yeah. Oh, you're yellow. You're yeah.
So they're looking for a quiet weight hit and roll. Sweepers like it. Looks like the line is good.
Yeah.
Nice shot by Edward.
Hmm.
I think Team Wilson will just look to exchange stones here.
Try for the force.
Try for the force.
Now this may roll out.
Yep.
Does LaForge change strategies and
I
think about the
suspect he'll
blank?
go for the blank here.
Mhm.
Things haven't really set up for a multiple score this end. I think he's calling for the freeze. I didn't see the call though.
Well, it's another way to generate the deuce.
It is, but the houses are pretty lively here.
And it's tough
And it's
against
right at the back.
it's tough against a good hitting team.
Yeah.
That was our approach last night in our game against Anthony Pizzetti. We were trying to make a lot of freezes, and they were a good hitting team, and they were very successful at taking out our freeze attempts.
Well, great weight by Edward. Not the freeze, but he put it on the button.
Wants to avoid the jam.
Trying to carve this over. Again, it's running pretty straight. And it's not a lot of weight here, Bill.
Mission accomplished. Still calling for the freeze.
Still going for the freeze. So they're still going hard for the deuce here. I think they've cut the ice down a little bit from Edward's throw.
Mhm. Sweepers seem to like it. Need to weld it on, not bounce. Nice freeze.
That was a really great shot. I still think they can all go.
Mm-hmm. He's got a beautiful delivery. Excellent form and technique. And he does clear those 2 rocks.
So I expect we'll have another blank here.
Glenn, how have you enjoyed your weekend in Ottawa? Have you done some fun things? Did you get skating on the canal?
Bill, we didn't do anything fun. We just curled.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, that's always the best part of Ottawa. So we were either at our Airbnb or we're here at the rink. Got to watch a lot of games, see a lot of friends. So after the 4th end, the score will remain unchanged. Team Wilson leads 4-1 heading into the 5th. So what are you looking for in the back half of the game here,
Well,
Bill?
I think LaForge needs to continue with the strategy of keeping rocks in play. He needs to generate offense. He needs some corner guards. And when those corner guards slip into the rings, it gets really difficult to start to set up an end for a multiple score.
Now,
Wilson.
this stage, the ice should be good and fast.
Mhm.
So I think they've learned a lot about the curl. They've learned a lot about the speed. And we're looking for the corner guard here from lead Chris Elder. Now, from my vantage point, it looks a little heavy,
Mhm.
but it might grind in. There you go.
It's also wide, quite wide.
We have a wide corner guard, but a corner guard nonetheless.
Sure. Center guard is the call, or putting another one in?
I think they're looking for it in the rings. Update on sheet 1. Forget took 2. They lead that game 3-1.
Well, sticks on the rings. That was lead Paul Forrest.
Looking for a better corner guard here.
A second corner.
Yep, same side.
Mhm.
A little closer to the middle. Team LaForge is looking to score here this time.
For real.
Yep.
Coming in. Would he prefer to roll here? Would he like just nose hit?
The nose made jam.
Mhm.
Made the double.
I suspect they're not unhappy with that. Sometimes a rock at the back of the house can actually work against you when you're when you don't have the hammer.
Yep, I agree with that. So Team LaForge is sticking with the second corner guard strategy. Looks like they've cut down the ice a bit. Edward signaling that this might be heavy. Looks like it is going to stop. Nicely done.
Now, Wilson's going to start peeling guards.
And he's called to hit this pretty thick and then rolled at the middle to guard the shot rock. Trying to carve this over. Looks a little wide.
Oh, didn't miss that by much.
No.
Glenn, what's your opinion of the directional sweeping at our level? Now I say our level. There's a wide variation of people with the different curling skills, but we're not obviously Brier participants. We're not super competitive curlers. How effective do you think the directional sweeping is?
Well, I think, you know, we end up doing it because we see it on TV all the time. Here's a great example. Edward's trying to get this rock to curl over. I think it can be effective, although I did really like the comment Emma Miscue made last night. Wouldn't it be great if we could go back to curling where you're just trying to hold it straight? You know, one of the mistakes my team will make with it is we try to curl it too early and then it over curls. Because sometimes you just have to wait for the rock to move on the ice like it naturally would.
I have a hard time knowing if it was going to curl anyway, or if we're actually helping it over. Now, is he trying to put one in behind the corner now to get there first?
Looks like it. I personally don't like to play around the corner guard if the opposition has hammers. Sometimes you don't have a choice. They did go for the peel on the first one. But every shot's a good shot in curling if you make it. Now this one's a little deep and they're behind the corner, so it's an advantage for Team LaForge. If Edward can make a good one, then that stone coming deep is to their advantage.
If they're by, they seem to have good weight.
Just by the guard.
Oh, right on the tee line. Yeah,
just behind.
Just
nice shot by Edward.
Yeah.
Maybe a stone deeper than he would have liked. But a great. There's room for more.
Correct.
If they get a mistake out of Team Wilson here.
I think Wilson is trying to get there first, right?
Yep.
Again.
Wilson is line shot on the side of the 4. Sweepers are not touching this one. They're trying to get it to move over with some directional sweeping. The weight looks good.
He doesn't want to bounce.
But just not enough, so Team LaForge can come around again.
And then they figure they'll have to deal with that stone on the center on the 4-foot at a later time.
Now Edward should be close here. He just threw this. He just has to take a couple of feet of weight off here.
Did you curl in at the junior level, Glenn, or did you take it up a little bit later in life?
I did not. I started curling when I was 18 at Acadia University in Wolfville.
Mm-hmm. Well, second and third shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good news.
Now that one tracked a little differently. It didn't get across the hog line, or the center line. And I think in our game, once the rock got across the center line, you saw the curl. And until it got there, it tended to be straighter. So I think maybe a little extra weight, maybe a little extra line there. Tim Wilson's looking for the freeze.
And he could take away some potential from Forget if he makes. Oh, sorry, from Laforge if he makes this.
Now they're trying to get this to come over.
Again, not as much curl as they wanted. Little bounce off.
Just going to look for a hit and roll. I think there's a thin double here, Bill, but if you made it, you wouldn't be in the best position because you'd be back four.
Yeah, and those doubles are tough too, the slash double.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is a hit and flop in front, and try to make Jeff's next shot harder. Team LaForge might still have a shot for 2, possibly 3. Let's see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Sweeping to keep it straight. I think they're close. Flopping. Well. Again, second and third shot. Bit of a pocket there now being established. Or a wall.
Now Jeff just threw this one on his last, so he should be close with the line and the weight. Nothing from the sweepers yet here, Bill.
No, but he's got lots of backing.
Trying to get it to come over.
A little deeper than he had wanted, I think, eh? Interesting.
Team LaForge will have a hit for 3.
Yes. Nose hit. It's an important shot. He has an opportunity to tie the game.
Looking for a nose hit for 3 here. Taking the broom on center. Now remember, with weight, it'll go straight.
Mhm.
With the weight, it's going to go straight here. But even if he hits it on the side,
He
should
should
still get
score
his
two.
deuce.
Yeah. Not a lot of weight on this takeout attempt.
no, but the line looks good.
Mhm.
Getting it to carve over.
Can confirm.
Nose for 3.
Yes.
Tie game.
Mhm.
We got a game here on sheet 2.
Well, that's better for the spectators. You always want a close game. We're always cheering for a close game with lots of rocks in play. Glenn, have you done other bonspiels this year besides Ottawa?
Actually, this is I did a doubles bonspiel, but
Nice.
this is the first bonspiel the team has done this season. Things just haven't worked out with travel and work and commitments. Team LaForge is calling for the center guard to start the 6th.
Yeah, obviously their strategy needs to change. They're looking for steals now, on this end at least, or a force. So when you hold your opponent to 1 with the hammer, that's always in a close game. That's always an excellent outcome.
I think they'll feel more confident now that they have their sea legs.
Sure. Just over the hog
Center
line.
guard, it's pretty high.
Mhm. Yeah, you can tell that revived the team. There's a little more spring in their step again.
That's all it takes. We said it at the beginning. A 3-point lead wasn't a lot.
Mhm. Coming in behind.
Yeah, top 12. Great sweeping there.
Yeah. It forces the Forge to deal with that, or freeze to it, perhaps. Pop it out in the open is a good outcome.
Stephen Courteau's watching from Toronto. They called for a second center guard here, Bill.
Well, that's the outcome. I think the call was actually to come in a little deeper. Calls to put another one in. Lots of line.
Yeah. This looks like it'll be deep, which will be advantage Team LaForge. And, well, it's going to go through. But they have the 2 center guards, so they will be coming around.
Yeah, and I guess you just need to ignore that red rock. Treat it as another guard almost.
I don't think they can see it.
umpire.
But you know, Team Wilson might deal with those center guards at some point here, and that'll open up the red if
Attempt a
Team
double
LaForge
peel.
wants to hit
True.
it.
What the fuck? That's a curve rock.
This is curling. It looks a little hot, but nope.
Excellent shot.
The wind is really at Team LaForge's sails here. Lying one top button behind the two centers in the red and the top.
Wilson
top 12.
attempting a double peel at this point, I suspect. Just gets the top one, rolls away.
I think Team LaForge would be just happy to continue to guard this for a while.
Sure.
Make Team Wilson waste some rocks. And I think taking out that red would be very difficult.
Risky as well, right?
This looks a little light, but I think they're playing to chap off the center guard.
You don't want to bounce too much. Have they opened a port to get through?
I think that probably does the trick.
Yeah, even if they did get through the port, I don't think the line would be right for the run back. It might miss the yellow. Trying it.
Well, even if they don't get through the port, but take out one of the guards out front, that will be a win.
Correct. They're close.
Right to the
Through.
port, and
Yeah, they've made their
they
shot.
made the shot. Nice. Nicely done. And the second red hangs around, so they're lying two. Team LaForge is looking for the same shot from Edward. Looking for about bumper weight.
Yeah, be nice if they could get a little roll one way or the other. I don't know if they can.
I think even if they nose it, they'll be shot rock over the
Yes.
red at the back.
Yeah.
Sweeping this early.
Just wait.
On the guard.
Wilson line two. Is the opportunity to be line three after this shot?
Coming around the yellow, I think. Now looking at the split. white looks pretty good here with a tap split. Nicely done.
Yeah.
They're lying 3.
Very nice.
They punched it behind the guard. They could have gotten there with the first call, which was the draw.
Correct.
Matt is looking at a slash double here. Definitely a shot Edward can make.
Is it a high percentage shot, Glenn?
I think I'd take it on. You're in it. You just got back into the game. You just tied it up. Now they're lying 3. We know it runs straight with weight. Trying to get this to come over. It's not a lot of weight, actually.
Making contact. Oh, just missed that double.
I can't tell if the front yellow might have rolled on.
From the overhead camera, I can see that it has. I'm not sure if it's out counting this red at the back, however. I don't think so. Trying to put another one in.
Sweeper signaling that this might be a bit heavier than they'd like. The question is, will it touch the red and take some speed off, or can Edward get this out?
Now, for LaForge, do you take on the run back? It would be a long run back, but it's so perfectly buried that I don't know what else you do with it.
Well, it's tricky, right? Is red lying 2 is the first question I'd ask. And there's only 2 rocks to come. If you miss the run back, they spread the rocks out to lie 3. You might not have a chance at it. Now, if you're really good at run backs,
Sure.
you'd probably take it on. You could easily freeze just to outcount the back red for now.
And hopefully have something on your last shot.
Because holding them to 2 is good.
It's not the end of the world, you're
No.
right. That is the call, I guess. I have freeze.
This looks tight for line, but the weight's all right. They're by.
You don't want to bounce off.
No. Well, and they did. Bill, if that had curled a little bit more, this shot wouldn't be available for Team Wilson. But with quiet weight, I think you can get right to the nose.
You absolutely can. And LaForge is going to have, they're going to be in a pickle if this shot is made.
Well, first one was pretty.
Well, they're sweeping it like it.
Lots of line.
Yeah. No mistake here. He might have left a double back.
Well, hopefully there's a double for LaForge because they can't hit either one and be shot. So they need to make them both go away.
It's thin, but it's there.
It's a thin, sure it's there.
Just past them.
I didn't see the call here, Bill.
I think it's the double.
Might be easier to make it with the other turn. Because this way it's just a redirect.
He's not going to get the roll in. And a nose hit.
Well. So it's a nose for 2, maybe 3. We think 3, right?
I think
The red dot
so.
counting the yellow?
I think so. But I can't say for certain.
Well, he just threw down this path. I like his chances.
I agree. Sweeping to curl it. I believe he's made contact.
No problem for Team Wilson.
So they're having a look. Those two biters.
We do believe it's a score of 3.
I believe so. Well, LaForge has to just go back to the drawing board at this point. Would you agree?
Yep. So 3s are wild in this game. Now Team Wilson is leading 7-4. But you know what? Team LaForge got a 3 already. They can get it again.
Absolutely.
There's
they
still
can.
time.
Yeah. Things can turn around quickly. 3 is not out of the question, and they'd be right back into it. Even a 2.
Even a 2.
A 2, and then a steal. Boom. Back in it. First rock slips into the rings just barely. Of course, calling a corner guard. successful corner guard.
Yeah, and Bill, it looks like on sheet 1, Team McAleer has a draw for 3 to tie that game up. Exciting A semifinal.
I guess so.
Winner off to play Team Pizzetti. They were victorious over Team Darren McEwen. Made some great shots in that game, though, right down to the last rock.
Going around their own rock. Right to the
putt.
button. Yeah.
Now, the last time Team LaForge was successful with the corner guard strategy, well, it looks like Team McAleer got 2 on sheet 1.
Now on our sheet, Glenn, would you ignore those rocks on the center and go around the corner, or would you address them now?
Well, you're going to have to address them at some point. I still think they need another guard. Like they did really well the last time with 2 corners. But Team Wilson can't peel the corner yet, so they'll still have their chances.
Trying to put up another, probably a tight guard.
Well, this looks heavy. It's gone through the rings. So Team LaForge is going to go back to the corner guard.
Another guard, tighter to the rings.
Now, they were very successful last time with this strategy. Same side.
And the peel is the call. Trying to get it to curl. Looks successful.
Yeah.
Yep, and their shooter stays.
So Team LaForge will have a few options here. They could come around the corner. They could freeze to the one on the side. Could freeze to the center.
Freeze to that red on the back corner is the call. The line looks good.
The line is pretty good. I'm not sure about the weight. A little bit heavy.
Yeah, didn't want to bounce. Wilson taking no chances, calling for the takeout.
optimistic about it.
No, they don't mind if they roll out even, I guess. They hung on at the back. Forge thinking about the freeze to the one on the center. Wade
Nice
is,
shot here
yeah,
from
Wade is close. It's a beautiful freeze.
from Edward. So Team Wilson will have to deal with that. But as we said earlier, the houses are lively. So you can hit that with good weight and they'll probably all go.
And they're capable of throwing up weight. Not all the teams at this level, I'm speaking for myself in particular. Sometimes
But Red's shot, I think they're shifting gears. They're going to throw the guard.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, because Red is still shot.
Red is still shot.
So the guard is over curled.
Well, they didn't get the guard. So Edward has a clear pass at the yellow stone. They're going to have a team conference.
Now, if you do make this yellow on red, the question is, what are you leaving?
You could freeze again.
And save the. If you hit it and it was an exact nose hit and it didn't roll, it's perhaps not bad.
Leave a double. You could roll this way though. Problem is the red in the top 8 would probably be second shot. So you might get forced. I like the freeze again. And then the skip will have to make a good shot to score it. But it would, I mean, it's definitely advantage Team LaForge in this position.
Yes. And it does seem like the freeze is the call, Glenn.
Yep, I think they're going for the freeze. Edward just threw it.
Yes,
Great weight.
Absolutely. It brings a 3 into play.
Yeah.
You know, you've got 2 yellows right around the button there with backing.
And as we said at the top of the end, if they get 2, they're still in the game. If they get 3, it'll be an exciting finish. Sweepers are working this one.
Yeah.
Now that's not going to be a helpful shot for Team LaForge.
No, it's the chance that red remains shot for the rest of the end has now.
Now they will have the yellow run back onto the yellow,
Huh?
but I think Team Wilson will
Get another
guard
one in
against
there,
that,
or
yeah.
hook the guard somehow.
Hook it or guard the guard. I think they're taking ice to come in or come around the guard anyway.
Yep. For our viewers, make sure you stay tuned for the closing ceremonies and the final games coming up. I'm not sure exactly what time they get going. I think it's at
2:45, I think, Bill.
2:45, but it is quite a spectacle with the teams marching in. It's something not to be missed.
And we'll have a post-game interview with the winning skip.
Yeah, at the conclusion of this game. There's a guard taking away the run back.
I'm wondering,
I think it still might be.
well, I don't have the best view. There might be a tough red double. If you just got to nose, could you clip that red out and not touch the yellow?
Well, it's full of risk, but it's theoretically there. But even if you came onto the top of the yellow, the red would go. The double that you talked about is definitely there.
It is a difficult shot. It might be there. But if you're forced into it, you know how it goes in curling. Sometimes if it's the only shot you have,
It would be just
You make
just nose would do it. I've got it kind of lined up in front of me. It's obviously not easy. And if you ever you could easily just as easily send your own yellow flying. I think it's what he's trying.
just want to give you an update from Coburg. Team Danielle Inglis is the 2025 Ontario Women's Provincial Champion.
That's great. Ottawa-based team.
They've had the wind at their sails all week. Sending them good luck to the Scotties.
Definitely. Coming up soon, it'll be exciting. Throwing control weight. Looks like they're trying to get more curl out of this.
Yeah, looks wide, and
They're making contact,
um,
but too wide. And as I feared, that yellow rock is ending up out of the.
that was not the outcome they were looking for.
Or they didn't miss it by much. But it's like it's the expression "close is only good in hand grenades and horseshoes.
Horseshoes.
Sometimes close doesn't work out in the game.
Well, you know, Team Wilson does need to guard this because there could be a double for two.
Mm-hmm.
But even if they do, Team LaForge will have the in-turn draw
For one.
to the pin for one.
the Wilson team has played well. Both teams have played well. But this Halifax team has not missed much.
And I think this team has been together for 4 years now, and I think that experience is showing. They know their tendencies, and they're getting the most out of their shots.
Sweepers seem to like it. Is it curling enough? Yes, it's curling nicely. It's well guarded. Those 2 red rocks in the forefoot are well guarded. You can't see it on your...
They do have the draw to the button for 1 here. It's a big shot.
It's you don't want to give up a steal of 2 here.
Check of the weight with the sweepers. Here we go.
Sweepers are staying close. It's a good sign. They buy.
Great weight.
Buy. They're by.
Whoa.
Ooh, no bounce, no bounce. Well, good shot.
What a great shot. I think it's 1 red.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But that was a beauty draw.
It was
all the same.
extremely close.
So with that, Team Wilson picks up another point, and they will lead it 8-4 coming into the last end. So what do you expect this end from Team LaForge?
It's rocks in play. It's taking chances. It's obviously the I wouldn't be betting on them at this point, but one never knows. Stranger things have happened.
They're going to want all the rocks in play, and Team Wilson's going to not want any rocks in play.
Keep it clear.
So they're asking for the first one through the rings. It's always my favorite shot. I seldom get to throw it, but...
Well, now, I see the professionals more and more not putting it through, putting it in the center. What do you think about that?
My opinion on that is it depends on the score of the game. If you're only up by 3, I'd be throwing it in. But up by 4...
Throw it through.
It's a more comfortable margin.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're a professional curler,
well,
those folks can really throw it hard. So, you know,
deal with it.
They can deal with multiple rocks clustered in the middle together. But generally for me, if we're up by 3 or fewer points, we would throw it in. But I think 4 or more, you can throw the first one through.
Corner guard. And another one called right through. Again, Wilson does not want to see any granite anywhere in the rings.
So Team LaForge is going to put a corner on the other side, I think.
Double corners.
Hope to generate their 4.
Wilson, as soon as they have an opportunity, after the 5th rock, will start peeling. There's a second corner guard.
So update on sheet 1, it looks like a steal of 1 by Team McAleer. We have a 4-4 game starting the 7th. Winner to the A final. And on our sheet, Bill, the Wilson team is going to start to peel the guards. Oh, wait.
I don't think they
They
can
can't yet.
eh?
No.
No.
This is only the 5th rock.
No.
They might just try to tick it.
A tick is
Not
not
take
a
it
bad.
out of play.
Yeah. Move it over. Even put it into the rings is a good outcome for them.
What is... Oh. Well, I'm not exactly sure what's going on in this shot, but they couldn't peel.
I think they just decided to put it through again.
And maybe they came to that conclusion as they were thinking about that shot.
Mike being asked to put one in. Or another guard.
Well, they need the guards. We're getting to the point, though. They have to score 4 rocks. So they have 5 left.
And the peel game starts for Wilson.
Now, if I was Team LaForge, I'd be hoping for a nose hit.
Definitely. Can happen.
And there we have it.
Still 3 corners here. They're going around the other corner, which is staggered guards. So, LaForge still has hope here.
They still have a pulse. That's what I always say to my team. Well, this doesn't seem to be breaking.
And they don't want it
Think
to
it's
stay.
heavy?
Yeah, they don't want it to stay in the open either.
Well,
That's
yeah.
you won't be happy.
It's not
with
in
that.
the open,
No.
but it's not in play either. So Team Wilson will attempt to make the double peel. Very fast out of the hack.
Wasting no time.
Wasting no time.
Well, rolls over. Essentially, that leaves 2 corners on the other side, 2 red corners.
And they have to count every stone now, Bill. So they're going to need a lot of help from the opposition to do that.
Uh-huh.
Looks like they're keeping their spirits high nonetheless.
That's right.
Big smiles.
Exactly. It is. I mean, it's competitive curling, but it's also in a fun environment, and losers are always good sports at our events.
Well, this weight looks good, but it is not curling.
No.
And I think Team Wilson will have a wide open hit
Hit
to
for the win.
end the game.
So, Glenn, what do you think? Are you going to quit your day job and go into commentating full time now?
Well, it's been an experience, you know.
I've enjoyed being by your side.
It's been interesting.
I think Sportsnet or TSN may be hiring.
Well, I don't think they'll be hiring me, but they might hire. Darren McEwen is really good at this.
There goes the yellow.
I always watched him
There goes the
doing
yellow.
this commentary. So anyway, that's the end of the
Handshakes.
game. Team Wilson is the winner. They'll face Team Newell in the B final.
So stay tuned for some.
I think we have a
Post
post-game interview with the
game.
winning skip,
Uh-huh.
which I will not be doing, but Bill, maybe you'll be doing it.
Well, I don't know that you're not doing it then.
And thanks for tuning in to this game.
It was a pleasure.
It was really great.
Again, congratulations, and stay tuned for the finals. So, welcome to the post-game interview. We're bringing in Mathieu Laforge right now, and we have Jeff Wilson with us. Jeff, as the winning skip, how did you feel about the game and your team's performance?
I thought we did okay. I thought we stuck in there, made some good shots when we need to, and got a couple big scores, and that really helped us.
There we go. Now, you're going into the B final.
That's right.
Your opponents will be McAleer or no,
Glenn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Glenn.
Yeah.
So Glenn should be interviewing you. You're going to have a very tough game. I'm going to be watching carefully. Any thoughts on your strategy for the next game?
Well, in all these years, we've actually never played Glenn before, so I'm really looking forward to it. The ice felt a little bit straighter this game, so we're going to have to kind of adjust things. You can't get around as easily as you have been the rest of the weekend, so we might have to try and change things up a little bit.
There we go. Thank you very much. So, Glenn and Mathieu.
Mathieu, you were in the game. You got down early, but you made a big comeback. What did you say to your team between those ends to turn it around?
We've had better games. We've had a few rough starts so far this week, so we knew we could come back. We knew we could do it. So let's just stay in it, score a couple, get a few good stones, and thought we did. Just get allowed 3-pointers a few times in a game, right? So fun weekend. We had fun bunch.
Now you had a spare in a third that you've never played with. How did it feel with a new guy on the team? How did Edward fit in?
It's always fun to play with new people. The struggle was real the first few games because I was not icing him right. He was getting frustrated, but he was throwing well. So we adjusted. We talked about it. I made sure that he was comfortable asking me to change the ice, and he had 2 very good games. The past 2 games were his games, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was a great game to call. You guys did really well. Good luck, Jeff, in the final. Not too much.
Thank you. That concludes our interviews. Thank you, guys.